welcome to Treasury Notes, a show dedicated to the latest news and information from the office of West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue. I'm your host, Gina Long. Throughout the past year, the Treasurer's Office has made some great strides in expanding and improving the services we offer to the people of the state. Coming up this half hour, we'll talk more about these accomplishments, and we'll sit down with the Treasurer to discuss some of the important issues the state faces in 2011. Treasurer Perdue will also take a look at the upcoming year and talk with us about the future of our state and our economy. In addition, we will also have another special guest joining us today. Jeff Coghan is the director of the Smart 529 College Savings Program for the Hartford. Both Mr. Coghan and Treasurer Perdue will be with us shortly to talk about some of the newest features of the Smart 529 program. But before we welcome our guests today, we want to share with you some of our most recent news from the Treasurer's Office. State Treasurer Perdue spent most of December traveling the state, talking with students and their parents about the importance of saving for higher education. Here's a closer look at some of his school visits.
But I'm here today to tell you that it takes a lot of money.
His message is simple. The gift of education is the gift of a lifetime. And West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue says it's better than a toy when you give the gift of education, especially during the holiday season.
Are you ready for Christmas? Yeah!
Right before the holidays, Treasurer Perdue spent time in several West Virginia schools sharing his story with young people and encouraging them to reach for the best in life.
I never dreamed I'd ever be the treasurer, the banker of state government. But the most important thing that happened to me is that I went to college.
The treasurer sat down with third grade students at Suncrest Elementary School in Morgantown. The students listened and asked questions. School principal Ken Wolf says the treasurer's message is very timely for his students.
Well, I think really the earlier we can start with children, getting them to plan for their future is really important. I think it's good for the parents to know about that too, because really college costs so much money today. It's so important to start saving money at a young age.
Treasurer Perdue passed out piggy banks to encourage savings. He also sent home Smart 529 contribution cards that parents could use to let someone know they invested into their Smart 529 plan.
You got to be prepared to go to college.
Another stop on the Treasurer's tour included the 5th grade classroom at Follansbee Middle School in Brooke County. Treasurer Perdue told them how it just takes $50 to open up a Smart 529 college savings account. To find out more about the program and its special tax incentives, just log on to our website at www.wvtreasury.com. And here to talk more about the Smart 529 College Savings Program in West Virginia is State Treasurer John Perdue, who serves as chairman of the state's College Savings Board of Trustees, and Jeff Coghan, who serves as the director of the Smart 529 College Savings Program for the Hartford, which administers the program. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start off with the treasurer. I wanted to ask you the big question, and that is, why did you feel it was so important to start a Smart 529 college savings plan here in the state of West Virginia? You really spearheaded this event several years ago.
Well, Gina, you know, when I was growing up, I never dreamed I'd ever go to college. And I got that opportunity to go to college. And college has got so expensive now to be able to send a child to college or a grandchild to college. I felt like we needed a program in West Virginia for the parents and grandparents to be able to save at a very young age and invest that money and encourage those kids to try harder in school, work harder in school, pay attention to their teachers, and be able to go to college. And so we have now started a program and been out here about 7 or 8 years now promoting the Smart 529 College Savings Program that no one ever dreamed would be a $1 billion program, over $1 billion program for the state of West Virginia. And, you know, I think that says a lot for my office and what we've accomplished, and I'm very proud of that, and it is a cornerstone that I think a lot of West Virginians can be proud of, because a lot of West Virginians are invested in their grandchildren and their children's education in the Smart 529 plan.
Yeah, absolutely something to be proud of. And Treasurer, you and the board selected the Hartford to administer this program. Jeff, can you talk a little bit about the role of the Hartford and what you guys do for this program?
Well, as the administrator of the program, we're responsible for everything. We're responsible for investing the dollars that come into the program, for answering phone calls and questions about the program for people who are thinking about investing or already in, and keeping track of accounts and sending out statements to people on a regular basis. So we really have kind of the account management role from A to Z.
It's quite a responsibility, I'm sure, but one that you guys don't take lightly.
Absolutely. It's an important program. The relationship, as Treasurer Perdue mentioned, goes back 8 years now. It's an important thing that we do at the Hartford, and we're also proud of the success that's been spearheaded by Treasurer Perdue over the last 8 years.
And you know, Treasurer, we saw you just travel the state talking to these students, their parents, about the importance of this program and this opportunity that's available to them. What is your message when you go out there and talk to all these young people? What is your message to them about why they should start investing at a young age?
Well, before I answer that, Gina, let me say a little bit about Hartford. Jeff being a little modest here. First of all, when we found the company in West Virginia, and West Virginia is going to be very proud of this. I mean, West Virginia is over 100 years old, 140-some years old. You know, Hartford is over 100 years old as a company. We found the company is very stable, been around a long time, and knew how to cross the T's and dot the I's and take care of their money. Take care, as we do in the Treasurer's Office, taking care of the taxpayers' money. Hartford takes care of the investments of the Smart 529 accounts for everyone out there, and they do a marvelous job for that. And you know, I hear hardly no complaints around West Virginia as I travel the state and how their money's being invested and how well their money's being taken care of. And I think that says a lot. Now, as for education is what's going to open up the doors of opportunity for any child's life. And you know, that's why it's so important to have a Smart 529 college savings program and encourage children to work harder in school, pay attention to their teachers, do their homework, go the extra mile, read the extra library book, and prepare themselves to go to college. Because that's what's going to change their life and open up the doors of opportunity for them to be prepared to walk through those doors when they get a college education. I never dreamed I'd ever be the treasurer of the state. I never dreamed that'd ever happen. And I thought I was going to be a teacher. And I started out that way. And a lot of people, I encourage kids all the time, search your dream, go after your dream. But that might not be what happens in life later on. But a college education will prepare them to walk through those doors of opportunity that will open up for them. And the Smart 529 program, letting grandparents and parents save for that education, prepares them for that future.
And college is so expensive. I mean, we all know that it's not getting any cheaper to go to college. So this is really a great opportunity to start at a young age and continue that investment for years and years to come.
Well, absolutely. And because education, room and board, tuition, there's so much of the college expenses parents don't even think about. Grandparents don't even think about. But the point is, as I can remember right now, I have a daughter already in college. I have one graduated. And I paid more for one book one semester there than I paid for tuition when I went to college.
Wow.
And that shows you how skyrocketing prices of tuition, room and board, and college expenses happen. And you have to be prepared. Now, what I want to tell grandparents in West Virginia is you have a chance to give a gift of a lifetime for your grandchild. For $50, you can get in this program. You can start investing in this program, and you can set aside for little Johnny or little Judy or whoever your grandchild is. And if you're not here, I hope you're here, but if you're not here, you have set aside a benefit that will open up the doors of opportunity for them that they would not get any other way, and they will be able to go to college.
You know, one of the themes over the past month or so has been that this is really the gift that's better than a toy. And that's a message that you took around the state in the month of December to tell these people that this is a gift, as you said, it will last a lifetime. So I think that that's something that you've really tried to relay this message to all the people of West Virginia.
Well, absolutely. My garage is full of those toys. And I'm going to tell you, your garage is going to be full of those toys. And they're going to end up in yard sales. So for $50, little stocking stuffer, get your child or grandchild started in a Smart 529 plan. Keep putting $15 at least a month into that program, or a little more. You'll never miss it. It'll grow, and pretty soon you'll have a little nest egg, and you get a dollar for dollar tax break on your state income tax. Now, you can't get a better gift. That's a gift for yourself, And then plus you're given a stocking stuffing gift of $50 towards a college savings program for your child or grandchild. I don't think you're going to find a better gift out there.
Jeff, I know you have little ones as well. I'm sure you already have a garage full of those toys.
I do, and luckily I have some grandparents who have taken the message to heart and do make those contributions to 529, and that's the most appreciated gift that my kids get, at least from my perspective.
That's
on,
a really
Christmas.
great part of the program, because the fact that other people can contribute to this plan, it doesn't put all the pressure on the parents.
That's right, and we actually launched a tool just this year that makes that gift giving a little easier. It's a tool called UGift. So if you have a Smart 529 account, you can go onto your account and you can send an email out to your friends and family, letting them know that the account is set up. Now's the perfect time to send that email out and say, listen, if you're looking for something to get, obviously we've got a living room full of plastic toys. We've got a college savings account set up for Johnny or Judy, and here's how to contribute to it. And once that contribution is made, the parent or grandparent gets a note back saying who made those contributions, and allows them to go out and thank those people and know who took an interest in their education.
It makes it really easy, and there are a lot of options for people. If you're really good on the computer, as you said, you can just go out to the website. If you're not so talented at the computer, there are other ways as well. There are phone numbers and things, people there that can help you make these decisions.
Yeah, in terms of getting started with the Smart 529 program, there's two ways to do it. One is to go to the web or call our phone number, and we've got people there that are licensed to help people make decisions about their investments, help them through the paperwork, do whatever they need to do to get the account set up. They can also reach out to a financial advisor in the community, whether it's at a bank or a brokerage firm, who can help them if they're not comfortable making that decision with a little help on the phone and want someone for that more face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, and Treasurer, you talked about what a great partnership the Treasurer's Office has with the Hartford to make sure that this program runs smoothly. We also have another partnership now that's new this year, and that's with You Promise Rewards. This is a great opportunity for people to find new ways to invest and save and kind of get free money in a way. Talk a little bit about that, Jeff. What about this new partnership with You Promise?
You Promise is a tremendous program. I myself have used it for years. It's a program where people can get rewards back just by making everyday purchases. Things like going to Mobile and buying gasoline, doing some online shopping through the You Promise web portal, or going to the grocery store, to Kroger's or to other grocery stores throughout the state, and buying certain products where those products have said, we think saving for college is important to our company, and we want to encourage people to do that. So it's a very easy program to use, and it's a way to get back significant dollars in saving for college. It won't replace the $15 a month contribution that the Treasurer recommended earlier, but it certainly is something that can add, and every penny helps.
Having these added benefits, I'm sure, is something that you're really proud of, Treasurer, to be able to offer this to West Virginians, because many West Virginians already were signed up for You Promise, or maybe they already had a Smart 529 account, but they couldn't link the two until now.
Absolutely, and now they can link the two. We have thousands of them out there. And what's great about this is that you use your credit card every day at a gas pump or at the grocery store or at some merchant out here, whether it's Target or Walmart or wherever it is. If they're signed up with their credit card, they can get points to go to the Smart 529 plan for that certain grandchild or their child. And, I also want to add, online. They're online now. Thousands of West Virginians are online at the last minute here trying to buy that gift for someone. And you can go online to the Smart 529 program and get that $50 stocking stuffer for that niece, that nephew, or your own child. And you'll get the financial advice that is needed from Hartford to be able to help you walk through it, to get registered, to buy the gift of a lifetime, an education. The best gift you can buy.
And really quickly, I want to ask both of you, a lot of the misconceptions about the Smart 529 program is that you have to pick certain schools if you're investing in this program. But that's not the case, right?
The uses for the $529 from a higher education perspective are virtually unlimited. And not only 4-year colleges and 2-year colleges here in the state of West Virginia, but throughout the United States, and in fact outside the United States, there are even colleges you can use it. Beyond colleges, technical schools, beauty programs, golf schools, cooking schools, culinary schools. So there's all sorts of trade schools you can use it for. There's all sorts of places this money's going to be used. So even if a college degree isn't something that you foresee in your child or grandchild's future, maybe it's a technical degree that you know that they'll need to make more money in the workforce.
Let's talk a little bit about the When I Grow Up essay contest. That is going to be launched in the month of January here in the state, and this has been a very successful program in the past where students write essays and they literally answer the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then they have the opportunity with that essay to win Smart 529 investments into their Smart 529 savings program. So this is a great opportunity for students and their teachers to really get involved in that process.
Yeah, the When I Grow Up contest will launch in early January. You can get more information on the website at smart529.com in early January. But it's you've described the contest perfectly, and I know for myself it's one of the best opportunities each year to see the good that this program is doing and helping people and helping these kids achieve their dreams. It's the kind of day when we hand out those awards with the treasurer every year. I can't get the smile off my face for days on end, knowing that we've made a real difference in those kids' lives.
The award ceremony is really always a fun time for us here at the office, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's a fun time because you get to see those little kids. They won a scholarship of the Smart 529 to go in their program. To be able to go to college, but it's to see those grandparents and parents that are there with all those smiles, and and then the message it puts out all over the state with teachers that help us with this program to help advertise the Smart 529 program to get parents and grandparents invested in that program. And I want to tell people also we need to add the flexibility of this program, the flexibility of the Smart 529. If you don't spend all the money on one child going to college, you can move it to another grandchild. And so the money can be moved from child to child, so you cannot lose money hardly on this program. So the money's going to be there in some way to spend. Also, you can use it for a master's degree. And nowadays, kids, or they're going to compete in this world economy today, they're going to have a master's. The day of the BS and the high school education is pretty tough to compete out there. So, you can use it for the master's program. You can use it to get your doctor's degree, to go to medical school. There's so much you can use this program for. Technical school, as Jeff said. And so it's a great program. I tell people all the time, if you can find a better program to invest in, buy it. But you're not going to find a better one. And at this Christmas season, reward that grandchild, that child with a Smart 529 college education and a stocking stuffer in that for their education.
Any last thoughts on encouraging people to invest in the Smart 529 program, Jeff?
Yeah, I think now's the time. I think that's the message. People that we talk to across the country and across the state talk about, I've been meaning to get to that. Now's the time. Start with $15. Start up an automatic purchase plan. Where you invest just a little bit every month. There's no minimum every month. Once you start with $15, you can invest $5 a month. But we find a lot of people, once they do, they see their account balance start to build, and it becomes something that starts to answer that question of how am I going to pay for college. So.
All right. Really a great program. Jeff Coghan with the Hartford, thank you so much for joining us here today. And Treasurer, you stay right there because when we return, we will continue talking with Treasurer Perdue, focusing on some of the other successes of 2010. We'll also take a look ahead at some of the challenges the state faces in 2011. Stay with us. Much more is straight ahead.
I look at Smart 529 as one of the cornerstones of the Treasurer's office. It gives parents and grandparents an opportunity to save for that college education. We work day and night trying to make people aware how important it is for them to save at a very young age for that college education for their children and grandchildren. Education is the future for West Virginia. I believe that's the future for our children, and that's why I made it one of the cornerstones in the Treasurer's office.
Welcome back to Treasury Notes, a show designed to update you on the latest news and information from the office of West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue. I'm your host, Gina Long. 2010 was a year of growth for the West Virginia State Treasurer's office, and there is a long list of accomplishments. In 2010, the Treasurer's financial education programs were unveiled and developed in more schools. The Smart 529 College Savings Program had a growing number of participants, and the Unclaimed Property Division aggressively worked to return money to its rightful owners. These are just a few of the outreach services boasting major successes in 2010. Right now, we take a look back.
In the short-term investments of
the Treasurer started his year by listing the fiscal accomplishments of the state to the House and Senate Finance Committees.
We're going to talk a little bit about the importance of financial literacy for teens.
Early spring, the Treasurer traveled to the Eastern Panhandle to talk to high school students about the importance of financial education. As part of his High School Money Conference series, he introduced them to financial expert and motivational speaker Chad Foster. During his 2010 travels, Treasurer Perdue took advantage of many opportunities to talk to community leaders about the state's banking functions, our budget, and the Treasury's successful outreach programs. One of those programs includes an opportunity for adults to gain financial knowledge with the Treasurer's well-established Women in Money conferences. In 2010, the Treasurer hosted hundreds of people in Bridgeport and Beckley.
You don't have to buy gas.
Financial education for the state's youth was also a top priority. The Treasurer expanded his nationally award-winning Net Worth program, which teaches financial education to all grade levels around the state. In fact, the program was honored as a finalist for the Council of State Government Innovations Award. And in the fall, teachers cashed in on a Net Worth Summit to learn more about the goals of the program. Get a Life was literally the name of the game for middle school students around the state. Dozens of schools hosted the simulation that allowed students to be adults for a day and budget their monthly bills.
A college education today.
Higher education continued to take a front seat in 2010 with the Treasurer's Smart 529 College Savings Program entering a new partnership with the You Promise Rewards program. To show off the new savings advantages, in August, the Treasurer took children around the state fairgrounds to hunt for college savings. An interactive display at the State Fair also allowed people to search for unclaimed property. And when it comes to unclaimed property, 2010 was a lucky year for some people. In May, a Weirton woman was presented a check for nearly $12,000.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
It is mine?
It's your money.
And in October, 102-year-old Zelma Fraley became the oldest person to receive unclaimed property in the state when she received a check for $507. The West Virginia Retirement Plus program increased participation to more than 10,000 members. For the third year in a row, Standard & Poor's reaffirmed a triple AM rating for Board of Treasury Investments money market pools. The board also reduced fees to shareholders and held several certificate of deposit online auctions. Cash management processed more than $9.1 billion in disbursements by electronic fund transfers, and e-government activity was up. But 2010 was not without loss. In April, the Treasurer's office said goodbye to longtime Treasury Notes television host, radio personality, and sports commentator Don Cook. Of course, in June, West Virginians and the entire nation waved a final farewell to longtime U.S. Senator Robert C. Byrd. As we say goodbye to 2010, Treasurer Perdue has a hopeful outlook for the office and our state in 2011. Joining me now to talk about some of the past year's accomplishments is State Treasurer John Perdue. And after seeing that, I can tell it was a fast-paced year for you. It went by quickly.
Wow, I didn't realize we'd done so much. I'm so proud of the staff, though. My staff in the office, professional staff that's really crossed the T's and dotted the I's for the taxpayers of this state and really makes West Virginia's Treasurer's office not only shine in West Virginia, we shine all over the nation. We're one of the best.
What do you think some of the big accomplishments were in 2010? I mean, obviously we saw quite a long list of them just now.
Well, I think one of the things is I really am proud of that triple bond rating we have in the operational funds of the state government, and And I think West Virginians are so proud that our state is financially sound. We are the bank of state government. We take care of the taxpayers' money. I take a lot of pride in that too, that we're one of 4 or 5 states in the nation that is financially sound, while so many other states are in so much trouble out there. We have got a rainy day fund. We have crossed the T's. We've dotted the I's. We have put the checks and balances in place to take care of the people's assets, invest them correctly, and be able to take care of the future money of the taxpayers of the state.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention in that story, is that West Virginia really is one of very few states that's ending the fiscal year in the black.
Yes, absolutely. And then the other thing is I'm so proud of is the education accomplishments we made in the Treasurer's Office. It is a cornerstone, not only the Smart 529 College Savings Program, but the financial education program, where we're reaching out, as they can see in that clip, we're reaching out to so many kids to really educate them on what their financial future is supposed to look like, that they don't fall in those pitfalls that a lot of us did when we was growing up and getting in credit card debt, coming out of college with a loan debt, and also getting out there buying a car, not understanding what all the payments are all about, and getting in debt to where we almost filed bankruptcy. And so we are doing a great job of that, reaching out to young people that I think is going to change West Virginia's future for the next decade, that's going to take charge of West Virginia.
As we head into the new year, any thoughts on what's ahead for 2011?
Well, you know, I'm always looking for great things to do for West Virginia. We want to stay on the cutting edge of technology in the Treasurer's Office and the banking business. We are a bank. We also want to be able to reach out more to high school kids and grade school kids on financial education. You know, I like to do a little bit more on small businesses out there. We do the 457 program for cities and counties and municipalities. I'd like to see us do something with a program that we have worked with AARP on, and we're going to try that again this year, hopefully, and that we can get something out there where small businesses can let their employees pool their money and get in a retirement type plan out there, 401k type plan, and invest in their future and save for their future as well.
All right, a lot coming up in the coming year and a lot to look forward to as well here.
Absolutely. I'm sure we will find a lot to do for the taxpayers of the state.
Any last thoughts very quickly just as we wrap up this show? And as I said, we're heading into 2011. This is an exciting time for the Treasurer's Office.
Well, absolutely. This is an exciting time, not only for the Treasurer's Office, but for West Virginia. This is difficult times. We have a new governor, acting governor. We have a lot going on. I think there are going to be a lot of changes. We got to be prepared for those changes, and the Treasurer's Office is going to work hard to be prepared to lead West Virginia in the future, and that's what we try to do, take care of the West Virginia taxpayers' money.
All right. Thank you so much, Treasurer, for being here with us today.
Thank you very much.
And that wraps up today's show. Remember, you can always get the latest news, information, and events from the State Treasurer's Office on our website at www.wvtreasury.com. I want to thank the Treasurer and Jeff Coghan with the Hartford for joining us here today. Also thanks to Jason Philibon and Eric Tolbert for their contributions. And thanks to the staff here at the West Virginia Library Commission. Keeping you informed on the Library Television Network, I'm Gina Long with the Office of West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue. See you next time.